Hey everyone. Today, we're taking you on a journey into one of the most chilling experiences you'll ever hear about. Ready? Let's dive in. So this all happened when a boy was about 10 years old. His friend invited him to his family's cabin for a weekend getaway. They arrived super late at night, and let me tell you, the place was straight out of a horror movie. They pulled up to the cabin, headlights barely piercing through the darkness. Trees loomed over them, and the only sound was the crunching of gravel under the tires. They stepped inside, and immediately he felt this heaviness in the air. The kind that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. His friend's parents showed them to their room, which was down a long, dark hallway. The hallway seemed to stretch forever, each step echoing through the silence. Shadows danced on the walls as their flashlight beams flickered. They reached their room, and that's when things got weird. As he walked down the hallway, he suddenly felt the floor shift under his feet, like it sloped downwards. At the same time, a chill ran through him, like an icy breeze had swept past. He nearly lost his balance. "Did you feel that?" he asked his friend. His friend turned around, confused, and the boy explained what had just happened. They both started dragging their feet across the floor, trying to find that slope, but it was perfectly flat. There was no slope, no breeze, nothing. It was as if he had imagined the whole thing. His friend shrugged it off, thinking he was just tired, but he knew something strange had happened. Later that night, as they lay in bed trying to sleep, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The room felt colder, the darkness felt heavier, and he kept hearing faint whispers. He told himself it was just his imagination. Just when he thought he was drifting off to sleep, he felt a tug on his blanket. His eyes snapped open, and there it was. Hovering above him was a dark, shadowy figure. He was frozen with fear. This wasn't just a shadow, it had a human-like shape. It was there, floating above him, staring down. He couldn't move, he couldn't scream. He just lay there, paralyzed. After what felt like an eternity, the figure slowly faded away. He stayed awake, his heart pounding, until the first light of dawn crept through the window. The next morning, he told his friend what happened. His friend didn't believe him, but he knew what he saw. And the feeling, it never left him. Years later, he stumbled upon a documentary about paranormal activities. They described the exact sensation he felt that night. The sudden drop in temperature, the feeling of stepping down, and the presence of a spirit. His blood ran cold. Could it really have been a ghost? So what do you think? Did he walk through a ghost in that creepy cabin, or was it all just a figment of his imagination?